Hello there, Commonwealth from here. E3 2022 did not take place, but we had Summer Snorefest, State of Third-Party PlayStation Play and Xbox plus Bethesda Showcase. Still, Nintendo was missing with the traditional first half of June Direct. But fortunately for all of us, during the Xbox Showcase, Aliana Pierce, former IGN, now Santa Monica Sony PR, said the following regarding a June Nintendo Direct when the past rumors in a typical week did not materialize.
29th, yeah. June 29, Nintendo Direct. It's not technically a leak because Nintendo didn't tell me, which is how I make that call, but it's also I'm not leaking anything that's in it, which is what I think is shitty.
Here we go again. We just want E3 back so we can know when to expect a presentation from Nintendo instead of, well, this. Now the big question, is this credible? Well, Aliana is far more trustworthy than the other rumor sources thus far. On top of it, Direct Feed Games, the Video Games Chronicle, and multiple other sources in the industry support the notion about a June 29 Nintendo Direct. There's only one little problem with this date. It is on the same day as Nintendo's annual stockholder meeting in Kyoto, so maybe not Wednesday, June 29th, but Tuesday, June 28th Western Regions time, or say past midnight in Japan, so hours before the stockholder briefing. You know, pretty much what would have been the case if the Direct was during an E3. It would make sense on multiple levels. Nintendo's strategy on marketing, releases, reveals, and stock pricing, which up to now has been pretty good this year compared to many other companies. But to keep this good development, we probably need a Nintendo Direct. And before we move on, I only have to ask you of two things. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button to make this video more visible, but also to join our Switch OLED Plus game giveaway, which is up and running. Link in the description down below. So what is June for Nintendo? The big reveal, stock update, and also release month on the Switch in every year except 2020. Only year since the premiere of Nintendo Directs that we didn't have an E3 and in effect also didn't get a Nintendo Direct in June, but in return a Smash presentation on Min Arms in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on June 22nd. A late June presentation which was placed in between June 17 and June 24 Pokemon Presents, all before the annual Nintendo stockholder meeting but after Sony's PS5 reveal presentation that year. Do we see a pattern here? Yes, this year's meeting is early in the morning Japanese time on Wednesday, June 29th, so right after midnight European time and still well inside Tuesday, June 28th in America. Needless to say, by then Nintendo should have a Direct, if they want to avoid a big hit to their at now solid stock price due to lack of reveals since February, which have been replaced with delays. Thus when Nintendo returns with a big general Direct, we don't need as many release day announcements, but rather tight reveals and multiple brand new game reveals. On top of the expected Zelda Metroid remakes or remasters, but key to it all are brand new game reveals, as every general Direct before the stockholder meeting has them. But why wait until so close to the meeting itself instead of showing the world that we are lost with our presentation, but definitely not the least during this E3 replacement. Plain and simple. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which comes out on Friday, June 24th. Prior to the February 9th Direct and recently after the following post by Emily Rogers, it has been heavily rumored that a new Fire Emblem has been ready for a long time now, and with it is also ready to be revealed. Not only that, but also released. We all know that August, October and December for now are empty, so this might very well be another brand new game releasing in the second half of 2022. You probably have guessed it already, but Nintendo might be holding out the Direct for this long in order to first release Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes on Friday, June 24th, get the launch sales as a result of the marketing and demo they have pushed thus far, and first after that reveal the new Fire Emblem game as one of multiple brand new games in their prime Nintendo Direct of the year. The one with new Zelda footage and so on. In other words, after non-E3 weeks of gaming and June 24th with Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, but before Judgment Day, the annual stockholder meeting. And to be honest, I regret that I didn't see this Fire Emblem to stockholder meeting pattern earlier. And I think the reason for that is that E3 week is just so ingrained with Nintendo and us fans, and Nintendo always being the delicious last course in a long line of presentations. Well, this way they technically still are, since we're talking about less than 2 weeks after the last of the presentations. Square Enix's Final Fantasy VII 25th Anniversary live event on June 16th. No doubt, June Directs equal prestige and are beside actual financial results of released games the key contributing factor to Nintendo's stock price, at least until September. Hence why you want a Nintendo Direct or something of the same sort before and near the stockholder meeting to keep your investors satisfied. In other words, get them to buy, not sell Nintendo stocks. hence why we still had multiple presentations in June 2020 despite the worldwide situation. In 2022, however, with the situation more or less over, a lack of Nintendo Direct by June 29 will result in a significant stock price drop as investors will lose faith, which, let's be honest, they have full right to do after Breath of the Wild 2 and the Mario movie were delayed previously this year. At the same time, we have to remember the following. Nintendo is a business and they simply want to complete the 2 ongoing marketing cycles. Mario Strikers Battle League, which is now out, and Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which will be out on Friday, June 24th. The latter has also been a clear signal of which week we will most likely not get a Nintendo Direct, June 20th to 24th, as the game with a very long title but nowhere near as the placeholder to the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild means that you cannot reveal the next mainline Fire Emblem game during said week. Naturally, Nintendo could wait with revealing a new Fire Emblem until a September Direct, but that also begs the question whether there will be a September Direct, and why wait so long if the game is already ready. Since we might instead just get dedicated Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Splatoon 3 Directs in July and late August/early September. You know, with reveals of controllers and system bundles like in 2017 for the 2 of these franchises. For a number of titles we're waiting for release dates, and in one case we wait for a title, that being Zelda. If all these are delivered in a Tuesday, June 28 Nintendo Direct, then Nintendo in truth doesn't need to host another general Nintendo Direct in the rest of 2022. The reason for this is simple. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are promoted by the Pokemon Company in their presents, trailers and updates on the YouTube channel all the way to the November 18 release. Nintendo only needs to provide the following in one general Direct for the rest of the year: the release date for Bayonetta 3, release window for Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope, title of Breath of the Wild 2, plus a couple of other reveals to fill any missing months in 2022 and build hype for spring and summer 2023. After all, we already have the release dates of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in July and Splatoon 3 in September. There it is, we don't need more after a June 28 Direct on the table until January 2023, at least in the format of a Nintendo Direct. Thus all of the listed games, including new Zelda trailers, can be uploaded to YouTube or preferably be world premiere at the 2022 Game Awards in December to build hype until Nintendo most likely is ready for another round of new hardware, whether that be a more powerful Switch or a successor. That could be the big surprise of the first Direct after this one in the beginning of 2023. A big hardware reveal coming out day and date with the new Zelda. I really don't want to drag on this video any further by talking about the games we could see in the June Direct, as we already have videos for those. Instead, be sure to join our Switch OLED Plus game giveaway by liking this video and subscribing to the channel, and then clicking the following Gleam link. Anyway, we have several Zelda videos on the way until June 28, what could be an actual summer Direct, as summer begins on June 23rd, the day before the release date of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. A big thanks for getting us past 300,000 subscribers goes to all of you, and for watching until the end as well. And to all our patreon.com/CommonROM patrons, and in particular to our royal producer Charles Shash for your support. You all rock, and please enjoy one or both of these 2 awesome videos.